Hey y'all, it's Melissa at Messy Missy Creates. I thought I'm gonna try to finish May. I feel like I need to finish a thought, you know what I'm saying, before I can move on to June. And no, I have not finished making my June journal yet. But I still had several days in May that I had not done, so I really wanted to do that. If I could finish them up today, at least get the stuff glued in and whatever. But I want you to, let's start with this precious little face. Yes, isn't she precious? This was actually on a video, and I took a couple screenshots. This is my sister, not the grandmother, but one of my other sisters. But anyway, this is baby M, and she, in the video, she turned to her and started like eating her face. It was really funny, really cute. So I thought I'd start on a high note and show y'all that just a little bit of preciousness. So this was on the 31st. We went to dinner. I have stuff that I still need to cut out. Some of it's for June, some of it's for May. So I have most of what I needed for May already cut out and in place, but and we've had so much family in and out of town. If you missed my couple videos ago, I told you that my father-in-law is really sick. He was just diagnosed with stage 4 inoperable cancer. And so anyway, he's the oldest of 10 siblings, and they all live in South Carolina. And so they've all been coming down like 1 or 2 or 3 at a time. And so do you think I got the first picture of family together? No, I did not. I'm hoping that they did, and I'm going to ask them if they did. So I found this clip art that just shows family together, like one of those little photo op thing or photo prop, you know, with the frame. So everywhere that family came that we visited, we also were taking care of his parents, and then they were helping do that too. This is the one that I know I needed for the 31st because we went to Sonny's. And we celebrated. We had been with family all that day. So, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and cut straight across that because I know that we saw family that day. And his family. And then we saw my family because it was one of my brother's birthdays. And so we celebrated a birthday. And I think, let me see. I guess I might as well start with the last day. I mean, why not, right? Some of his family left this day. We stayed with his mom and dad. I thought I had just printed a picture. Apparently I did not. I thought I had just printed a picture of, some people and some like older parents in rocking chairs. But I must have not. But anyway, or recliners rather. So I'm thinking this. I'm going to cut around this a little bit more. Make it a little bit more, you know, give it a shape. But I really felt like I needed to finish my thoughts on May before I start June, because things have been so hectic here that it's not, I can't finish a thought, literally, and before something else comes in, or somebody else, you know, there's something else we need to do, there's something else, whatever. And you know what, look at this. This is a picture of a baby's room. So how perfect is that we have a baby for this page. I left them together because I don't know if I'm going to tip them in. There's no way not to hide all of that cuteness. It's one of those Cupid dolls, I guess. But I'm not going to cut them apart just yet. This is on here because I've put out a search on my Facebook page for another recliner for my father-in-law, so that we can put one in his bedroom. He cannot sleep in the bed because he can't lay flat because he can't breathe. And if you've ever been in a position where you can't breathe, you absolutely cannot lay flat. So one batch of family left this morning. and another batch came in this afternoon. And so we stayed in the meantime, and then we left them and went to dinner with my family. So how am I going to depict this? And what am I going to use for the bit box? Because May is still bit box. But I know what I'm using because we have a birthday. And I have this birthday ephemera. And actually, I think I'm going to use this cupcake. Because that's what we got him, was cupcakes. So I did not get a picture of him. Did not get a picture except for these two were sitting next to me. So I got these two pictures, or this picture. But I did not get a picture of my brother. It's been a mess, y'all. Oh, but this is the brother. I'll show you this on another day. This is the brother whose birthday it is. And look at those. He was holding they came over. And my niece happened to be here with the baby. And my brother stopped by. And look at the same expressions. That I just thought that was so cute. Their expressions. This goes on another day. But I might as well cut it out while I'm here. But this is whose birthday it was. So this one says it goes on the 29th. So that's the 30th. This is the 29th. So we'll put that one there. Okay. So I have everything for the 31st. Don't know how I want to arrange it. I want to put that up there. This is my item from the bit box. This I'm going to put family, and I could put the recliner down here. I could put family up here and the recliner here, and then use this as a writing spot. I don't like the look of this. I'm not sure. I don't have to use that recliner. I could do that. I don't like that either. I could do it to where it kind of runs off the edge of the page. I kind of like that. Then I could put family up here because we saw 3 sets of family. The ones that were leaving, the ones that came in on his side, and then my side of the family. So I'm going to probably, maybe I'll tip this in the middle. And maybe I'll back it with something or whatever. I feel like I'm missing something. But I have the bit box item right here. And I like that kind of hanging off the page, and that gives me a tab. Or I could put a pocket like here, and then it would give me more places to write. I don't know, y'all. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Do I want to cover this? Well, this would be something else from the bed box if I used something else. Let me see what... Now I have June's stuff in my bit box. This is... I think this is that... Almost said fabric. It's not fabric. Clearly not fabric. I could use this. It's a little bit big. Let me see. That's too big. I could cut it down and back it. No, that's not going to work. I'm trying to make something work. I could use that as a tag if I decided to do that. What else could I do? I mean, I could flip that. They don't have to be the same size. I could use this as the tip in, but then that won't let me write on the back. So let's see. We're striking out all the way around. I have this. Let me see if this is any bigger. That would go okay. If I cut those completely down, they would fit on there. But I'm not that worried about that. I was looking for a pocket, wasn't I? Let's look in... Here's a thought. That one might be cute. And I could cover the bottom of this page up. I don't necessarily like the little Cupid doll. I thought they always kind of creep me out a little bit. But if I cut this top portion off, I could use the rainbows right here and then use this side as a pocket. kind of like that. And then I could make this into a tag. Okay, I'm using way more brain cells on this page than I need to. I really am. Let's cut this. Let's use this. I'm going to cut it down a little bit more. I'm going to put my thing upside down, apparently. Let me cut this strip off. I think we might be left with, yes, we'll be left with 3 inches, which is the perfect size for a pocket. And then I have this strip of this rainbow little strip that I could use somewhere. I love those little strips. I very seldom remember to use them, but I love them. Now let me see. This one is different in that it's 7 inches. I think the pages on this one are 7 inches wide, so it makes for a very wide pocket. Oh, they're more than 7. They're 7.5. So I dropped the paper on the floor. I don't know if I want a 7.5 inch wide pocket because everything's going to fall out of it. So if I do 6 inches, I think that's what I did last time and it worked out. So let's do it again. I was going to try to get several pages done, but y'all, my brain is like all over the place. So just bear with me. It is, it's been a very hectic, you know, couple of days or weeks or, yeah, weeks, I think. Oh, yeah, it even has rainbows on the washi paper right here, or the washi tape up the middle. I don't know if you can see that or not. So I could push it to one side, or I can do it in the middle and then just washi. I think I like that better. I am going to glue it. And I could have done this way. And then, but then like all this stuff, I want glued on this side. So let me make sure this is going to fit. I can cut them down. That's going to be a tight fit, but I can cut it down. So I thought about not using glue. I thought about just using tape or just using glue on the bottom. I've done that before and that makes a little bit wider pocket. So let me do that. So I'm going to put that right about there. And then I have not glued down the sides yet. All I've glued was the bottom. And then I'm going to use a little bit of clear tape on each side, just one little piece. I hope that you are all doing well. I feel like I have been MIA. You know that, I've already told you that we've had family in and out and all of that. We originally were scheduled to go on a trip this past weekend. No, this weekend right here that we're on. Today is Sunday. And, or Sunday afternoon. And we ended up, I think I like this because this side over here is blue and I don't know where that washi tape is that just has the rainbows. And has a clear background. I don't see it. It must be up here somewhere. That's ice cream. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to use this because this ties in this blue over here. Today is our anniversary. And we were supposed to go out of town this weekend. Prior to finding out about his dad being sick. I don't know if I finished that thought earlier, but I did mention it in a previous video. My father-in-law was just diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, and anyway, he's not doing well at all. So, okay, now we have a pocket and a cute little background. So let's put some of this stuff in the pocket. I can make this on a tag. I can leave family up here. I can put this up here. And then I think we can kind of wrap this page up in a hurry. Well, yeah, it's only been 15 minutes. not too bad. I am going to put these on a larger tab, so I need a larger piece of paper because they will fit. I mean, I could put them in just like that, but I want them sticking out. So let me find my glue, and let me, oh no. Okay, that glue must be done-ish. Okay, let's put that one away. Let me get this one out. Let me recap my art glitter glue before it dries out on me. There's watermelon tape. I don't know what I did. Oh, I had blue rainbows, but I like that teal. So I'm putting the Band-Aid. That's what I'm doing. Focus. Anyway, so we did not think we were going to get to go. We did not cancel our reservations. I'm going to put this down over here, but I think I'm going to take... I really want that other washi. It's right here in front of me, y'all. And I bet you were saying that the whole time. It's right there in front of you. It's right in front of you. I want the washi right here. I just want something on this page. And it might as well be the same rainbow that's in the middle and that matches that pocket that we did on the other side. There we go. That looks better. I feel better about the page. Okay, so now I can kind of really glue this one down now that it's partially dried. Okay, and then I can glue this down. Get some of these pieces glued down so I'm not chasing them and losing them every 5 minutes. So this was a Saturday, right? Yeah. And I'm going to put family up here because we saw a lot of family this day, which it's been great seeing everybody. I mean, I wish it was under different circumstances, but I'm glad that most all of them, except for 2 of them, one of them is in really bad health, so he's not been able to come down. But my father-in-law is the oldest, I think I said, of 10. And here's my cupcake. And some of them he's 87, so there's several of them that are in their 80s. Because there were like 5 of them together, and then they skipped like 10 years and then had 5 more. So the younger group, there's some of them that are only a couple years older than we are, or a few years older than my husband and I. So that's kind of cool, because they're more like cousins than they are aunts and uncles. But anyway, I'm glad that most of them have been able to come down. I think I'm going to glue all but this one little side. This is very thick cardstock, or chipboard rather. And I'm going to glue this just like that. And I got it. I got way too much on that candle, but it's okay. So this will act as a tip. You know what? I probably should have started with this day to see if I needed that flip over here, but that's okay. We already put the pocket. So we'll use that flip over there because I don't think I can even cut it off now. But that's okay. So we still have to make a tag out of that. And I think I'm going to put away the washi for just a minute so I get it off my desk. And was there anything else that went on this day? Nope, I don't see anything. So, let's see, what kind of piece of paper would we want to use on this? It's not really going to be able to be something that's out of my bit box, which I don't care. I can cut, I can use, let me see if there's anything on here that works with these colors. that may be too much, but I'm going to cover up some of it. It's not, see, we used some of this in the journal. Remember that one, but we didn't use this one. This is very thin, but I think, let me see. I'm going to keep these together. I'm going to cut off, actually I might not. I want to see, yeah. Let me just trim this down just a little bit more, so I don't have to have quite as wide of a pocket, or a tag rather. But the baby is so, she is already camera hungry. I think she's 4 months old now. And buddy, she saw that camera and she whipped around and looked at me and started hamming it up. And she was squealing, and I wish I could put the video in my journal is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so I think I'm going to cut this down from the center like this. Just cut it down at 6 inch. I got to cut it a little less than 6 inches because I need it to fit. Oh, it's not going to work. Maybe I will have to cut off that top, darn it. Okay. See where this perforation line is? It's not really perforated, but it's got that dotted line there, and I still did not cut it off. I miss it every time. But that's why the paper was taller than 12 inches. So let me see if I cut it at 5.5. That will fit. So we'll have a 5.5 inch tag, and then we'll figure out how tall we want it. Okay. And then how tall? Where do I want that to sit? Right about here, or right about here. This is looking pretty good. Like right here. I think that works. Oh, these little flaps on this cutter, on this trimmer, won't stay tucked up underneath it. Okay. Add that to the bit box. And then I'm going to glue this on here like that. And then that should fit in that pocket like that. It's a little while, but you don't see a whole lot of that paper anyway. So I think it will work fine, and it was there, and I was there, and it just made sense to use it. So probably you're well into your June journals, I hope. I wish I was, and I did think about cutting these. No, just stick with your plan. Stick with your plan. I thought about cutting those down, but then I'd have to spend all that time lining them up, and that would be hard. I'm going to scoot it down because I think I want to put something on the top. Is that straight? Sort of, kind of? A little bit? It doesn't matter. She's so cute. It doesn't matter if it's straight or not. I was thinking about putting a little bit of rickrack on top. I'm not sure what color. I was thinking orange, but there's really not much orange in this. Even though there's a rainbow, there's not much orange. And then the recliner, way over here, I was going to put a tag, make that a tab, or a tag. And I can use this. Doesn't fit. I tell you what, that's good enough for now. I'm just going to tuck that one in there, and I can put that right here. Makes no sense having it together, but I think that's plenty of writing room. So we're going to do that right there. And I'll come back and glue that on. I want to see if I can finish another day. I really was gonna put some rickrack or something on the top there, if I can. So, what do we have for this day, the 30th? I made a video, a journal with me video. My husband's brother left that morning. More family came in. We were with them all day. I made chicken and dumplings and blackberry cobbler for everyone. And I thought I had the pictures of the cobbler, and I apparently do not. This is for this day. This is this day. This was the life update video. The day I made that one. I just like having the little thumbnails that I use. I like having those because it reminds me which video I did on which day. So, I could do that right there, or I could do this over here. I don't know how well, it's not really going to show that well there, but we might want to leave it there. I don't want to cover up this border. I think this border is precious. And I have plenty of room, and I don't think I have that much to go on there. However, I do have, hold that thought, just a second. I have stuff. Oh, that's what I was going to use. Okay. I have all kinds of packaging and stuff from where I made stuff. Stuff and stuff and stuff, right? So I made dumplings for everybody. And I'm going to cut this down. Do I want to back the paper in any which way? Actually, let me just go through. Well, no, I'll go ahead and trim it up. This is really hard to work with. I like to trim up around this little pot a little bit. I'm not going to try to get it, you know, perfect, because it keeps wanting to roll up, so it's hard to fiddle with. But yeah, I appreciate y'all all being here and all your thoughts and prayers and wishes, well wishes and everything. I do want to leave the part that says family pack this time, because this literally was a lot of family. I actually used 2 packages of this, if this tells you anything. And again, I'd rather have it over here, like that. It's not straight. Let me straighten that out just a hair. But, yeah, I need to get into my June journal. I haven't finished sewing it together. So, I have not had an opportunity to make a video in the last few days. I started telling you about our anniversary. Today is our anniversary. And we stay. I don't want to glue it down just yet, because I want to see if I want to do something else to the background, like ink it or something. Because I think this is the only thing I have for this day. No, it's not. I can reprint my pictures of cobbler. I made 2 blackberry cobblers. And you know what? I had this from Sunny's. And I forgot that I had that from Sunny's. And I printed off anyway, my brain is not with me. I left it somewhere else. I've got this, I got this. I had this happy birthday thing, which is my husband's birthday's coming up, so I'll use it for that. So I need to put all this with my June journal stuff. And was this the day I picked the blackberries? Look at this shirt. Now this I got, this is somebody I guess, is making these or whatever. I found it on Facebook or something. And it says, walking by faith, comma, tripping constantly. I'm like, yes. Yes, yes, yes. I can totally relate. I also found this one. And it says, Alexa, clean the craft room. I wonder what would happen if I actually told her that. What do we think? Okay, so I know I'm going to need another family thing for this day. May leave it in a square, may not. Of course, I didn't cut it straight. So it's not a square. Okay. Then I can decide if I want it to be a square. Let me see if I want to ink before I glue that down. Now I'm tempted to do, I was tempted to do pink, but there's red in this. So I don't think I want it on pink. I want to see what the blue. I had to get out of my seat for a second to get my ink, my bingo daubers. I could use this blue because this blue is, I don't know if I have a scratch sheet of paper. Yeah. I think I'll use that. And I'm not going to squeeze it too hard this time. I'm just going to, wait. I do want to do this because I don't want to get it on the other pages. Like when I go off the edge. So I'm going to try to do a wet inking, but not squeeze it so much that it went through, because last time it went through. And I don't have to do it all the way down, but I guess I will. And I could just keep going over this whole thing right here. This one will dry faster because that's kind of hard to do where it runs off the book like that. Good enough. Part of that's going to be covered up. Let me make sure I didn't go through the ink here, or the paper here. That doesn't quite match that blue, but it's good enough. Let me put up the other ones. And we're going to give that a few seconds to dry, or a few minutes to dry. And I do think I'm going to glue this on over here. So we can go ahead and do that. I know that you can't see way over here. This part right here is already dry. Debating on if I need to put like a piece of paper on this, or maybe I should put this here. I could do this. I've never done this before, but oh, I got ink up there. Could put the 30 here and the Friday here. I could put it down here too. How is that gonna look? That's still wet. Okay, so let me do this, and we're gonna work on the next page. We're gonna let that dry or absorb into the paper or whatever it's gonna do. I don't know how well it will dry, but that's kind of the gist of what we did that day. Where's my dumpling package? Did I already lose it? Maybe. Okay, so what did I do on the 29th? I did work on my journal. Garden, I had printer issues. Oh, this is the day that my niece came over. They just stopped by because we just found out all this the day before about my father-in-law, and so they just kind of came by to check on me and my husband, and so it was just kind of a little sweet visit. And then he got to holding the baby, and they got to giggling, and it just was a cute picture. So I couldn't help but take the picture, you know. Wish I had a frame. I mean, I could frame it. I could do that right there and let that take up that whole page. And that would be a cute frame for it. What else do I need on that day, though? More family. I don't think I had printed another printer. I had an appointment, and then more family came in town. And so on this day, we had 2 sisters and 1 brother. Or the one sister came with the 3 brothers the day before, and the sister stayed, and then the brother and his wife came on this day, on this afternoon. And I did garden stuff. I think I'm going to use, because I have been picking squash and zucchini like crazy. And this is just as good a day as any to put some on here. I don't know if I actually picked any this day, but I probably did. Especially zucchini. So, it's been growing like crazy. I've got it all in my kitchen. I need to make some more, I need to grate it and freeze it. I don't do a lot of grilling with it, because these I let get too big. And they're not quite as good. But they're not my favorite grilled. I like zucchini in, like sometimes we'll get hibachi and they put zucchini in it. So I like it in that scenario, but I'm not real wild about like just grill. I have tried grilling it and it's okay. It's not bad. It's just not, oh, I got a gnat in here. It's just not my favorite, but I love growing it because it grows like crazy. I love zucchini bread. So that's the way I like my zucchini. So we may not have, let me get one more of this family thing in here because we had family that day. So I'm going to cut this one down. I don't know what just fell on the floor. And if you're new here, I'm welcome first. And I would love to tell you that I'm not usually this scattered and all over the place, but the truth is I probably am. And everyone else can probably vouch for that. But I might be a little more scattered and all over the place than I normally am. Just because we have had a lot going on. So, oh, here's the orange rickrack I thought about putting on that other page, on that tag. Oh, and here's my dumplings. Okay. We need something from the, bit box. Almost said the tidbit box. It's a mess. And beware. There. I have warned you. I don't want to use my June papers. You know, maybe I'll use something like out of one of these lunch notes, or I could use that. I'm hot. I have my house, I have my air on. That would be a cute tag topper. That's what I put it in there for. That would be a cute tag topper. This looks like a little paper bag. What am I dealing with here on this page? I don't need a pocket. I do need a journaling spot. That's what I need. So I'm going to move the bit box off to the side and then just kind of show you maybe what I think. I like this one. Remember today? I have 2 of them. Wish you were here. That one says that. This one doesn't say anything on the back. Yes, it does. It says, wish you were here. I don't necessarily need it to say, wish you were here. Because, and then this, I don't need both. But that's from the bit box as well. So I could use that. Let me put the bit box back because we have enough to choose from. And then Then we get to start on the new June. The Bitbox challenge comes from Allison at AJ's Inspired Life. Where's my picture of my? Here it is. I might need to put Remember Today on the neck, on the one before that, although it matches right here. Oh, and I just got gunk all over. How did I do that? I might need to put that on there, because that was the day that we got the news, I think, or Tuesday. It was Monday that we found out that he had a big mass. Yeah, I think it was this, the 28th, that he had. I'm going to put that one on there. And then let's see what else we chose out of this bit box. I could put that on that picture. I could put this right here and put... This is a printable from Lydia at February and June. There's not a whole lot of journaling space on there, but that does match that color. Put it down here and then put my squash and zucchini coming out of it. I could do that. I think I need to do it the other way, because that one's aiming up and that one's aiming down. I could do that like that. That would be out of the bit box. And that doesn't look too bad. It doesn't match, but it's okay. And then I can put this here, like that. I still need a journaling spot. So I need something bigger to write than that. I could put dream. I could do a tip in. What else do I have? I have one that says laugh. Oh, that actually, it would be cute with this picture, right? And that fits. And again, I could put the squash and zucchini coming out of it for my garden. Yeah, I like that. And that'll work. And that gives me enough writing room. Okay, cool. We can make that work. Oops. Stay in there. Okay, so let's glue this down first. Let me glue this one on. I still might need a flip. I haven't decided yet if I'm gonna glue that last one all the way down or if I'm gonna flip it. Okay, I'm not pushing that one all the way down until I get this one where I want it. I think this glue stick is about to run out too. But anyway, I don't know if there's thoughts I'm not finishing, and if there is, then I apologize for that. I'm bad about that anyway, and then, you know, you just throw a little chaos into the mix and I lose all train of thought. Okay. Oh, I will have to glue it down if I don't have to do anything. Don't have to put that on prematurely. Let me get the day and date on here. I can do that. That doesn't affect anything else, I don't think. But anybody else still working in their May journal? I would love to have come back on and told you that I mean, because this is the 8th now. It's still, oh, I know one thought I never finished, and I tried, I started it like 3 or 4 times. Was starting to tell you about our trip. And we figured when all this happened with his dad that we weren't going to be able to go. And then we ended up, the way it worked out, okay, I am going to flip this in I'm still going to put this as if it's glued in. But if I tip it in, then I can write on the back too. So I'm going to tip this in. I'm going to move these for just a second and tip this in. Let me find some cute. Anyway, while I finish that story, I'll find some cute washi. So, the way it worked out is we had 2 of his sisters here, so 2 of our aunts in town. Okay, one of these 2 for the whole week. This one, that was an easy decision. And they said go, because we don't know when I mean, we're in this for the long haul, because we're the only, we being my husband and I, are the only family in town on their side. So he only has one other brother, and he lives out of town, about 6 hours away. He's here now. He just came in last night. And, I mean, he was here early on and then came back. But, so his 2 sisters said, go. And now we didn't take the whole trip, or we'd still be gone, because we were planning on staying through today, and we didn't end up doing that. So, we just went for 2 days. I mean, it was like, I don't even know if it was a full 48 hours. But it was nice, just a little getaway, and we didn't do anything major. We just spent some time together and kind of just down, you know, just kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Down cycled, down something. I didn't use something from the bit box. That's what's wrong with this page. Okay, that was from the bit box, and this was from the bit box, and I could have put that under there. That was cute, but I don't have. I could put that here. I don't want to cover up that paper. Well, I could use this as a little flip. Let me see what else I have in my bit box. Let me look in these little lunch notes. See if anything. Always shine. Enjoy the process. You got this. Love. I'm thinking that, let's see, take it easy. Oh, okay. Kindness brings happiness. I think those might be too big, is what I'm trying to say. And you know what? I have another one of these, so I could use, there's nothing that says I can't use this here too. And just glue it down. I would have probably done it here and done the family picture here. I don't know if any of these really fit. That one kind of matches. Not really. Matches this page better than this page, but okay, so I was looking for, like, I don't think I have any ribbon. I was just looking for something that I could make like a little tab here. And I have some little bits. Here, this is part of the bit box. So here's some little bits of paper. It's like a map. That's cardboard. Here's just some pink, a pink strip. There's a pink pineapple that says hello. I don't want anything that big. Here's a little piece of pink paper. I mean, I could do something as simple as that is not necessary. I don't know if it really adds to the page or not, but I could certainly use it. Nah. What else do I have? Okay, some days are easier than others to find something from the bit box, I will admit. Okay, here's a little blue. Doesn't match this page, but it ties in the blue from here, and we might be going for it. I don't know where my tab punch is. If not, I'll use this little piece of pink right here. Or actually, this little piece right here is just like wood grain. That actually looks pretty good too. Okay, sure, why not? So I'll glue that down, and then I'll glue, oh, that's taking up my writing space though. Let me cut this down. I don't want all of that. So I just put more back in the bit box, didn't I? Because I want this barely glued on, but I want it this way. So I want it barely glued. They have glue called barely glue. Barely art glue. Okay. So maybe I'll put it up here. The piece of paper was not cut straight either, so that doesn't help. But okay, we use something from the bit box. It might not be amazing, but we used it. We did it. And then now I can glue this down. I'll put that back in the bit box. And then I can glue this right here. And then we'll call this day done. I still have other days to do, but I know that I don't have time to do them on this video. So I'm hoping to have some downtime today. Maybe make another video. I know it's our anniversary, and I feel like I need to be spending time with him. Just whether we watch a movie or not, or just, you know, just hanging out. We might go get in the pool. We might cut grass. All the fun things, right? So, but we might just hang out. Let's see, I think that will work just like that. Okay. And then obviously this doesn't look good. So I might end up coming back and putting like another one of these things here, just to like have a layered notepad kind of thing. I have other ones too that, you know, that would work. I'm going to leave that one in there just so I remember I was going to do that. And I'm going to close my art glitter glue, and then we're going to flip back over. What time is it? This should be dry enough now. There wasn't really anything that exciting to put on this day. So do this and this and this. And then, oh, I know what I was going to put on there. Where'd it go? This right here. I'm probably going to put it, it needs to go over here. My dilemma is I want to be able to see it with the flap open. And I guess I could have cut that piece of paper off because I don't really need it. But it does give me somewhere to write, even though I inked over it. So I think that's what that day is going to look like. I might play with it a little bit. I got to find something from the bit box. And then we'll start, oh, hey, yeah, that can go up there. And anyway, I'm going to let you go for now. And I know this, I have yammered long enough. And I just wanted to get a little bit more of May done. I still have several days to do. Did that one. Oh, I have Memorial Day. Not that that matches this page, but I did cut that out, so I probably will add that to there somehow. And anyway, but that's gonna be a wrap as far as May with you. And shoot, I got ink on that. But and then I'm gonna finish sewing in my June journal, and then I will dive right into it just as quick as I can. And I'm hoping that I might be able to make another video today. We'll see. Let's see how today goes. And I don't know whether I'm going to bring you along with me to sew in that journal or not, but I think I'd rather just do it off camera and then, you know, bring you along for the journaling. So, but you can let me know what you want to see, and I just hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I want you to know how much I appreciate you being here and all your wonderful comments and your well wishes and all the things, and you'll have a great rest of your day. Bye.